straight from the automotive industry event of the year, NADA 2025. Chicks in Charge and Authenticom are bringing you the biggest names in automotive. From industry disruptors to game-changing innovators, we're getting the inside scoop on what's next for the auto world. This is where leaders talk and the future takes shape. Are you ready? Buckle up and let's dive in.
Welcome back to another episode of Chicks in Charge Automotive Edition, NADA Edition. And we're hanging out here in the Authenticom booth. I've got, I think, the most energetic person I've met all day sitting with us. This is Jacob Zaks. You are the CEO and founder of Fasten.
Fasten, like fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah, fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah.
And Sean Hopper, who is the head of business development. I'm going to mess that up. I know.
Sales, biz dev.
Yeah, okay.
Sales.
All the things. Everybody knows Sean Hopper.
Yeah,
right?
guy's got good hair.
I know, he does have
the hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your secret to the hair?
A lot of products.
A lot of products? Like what?
Oh my god.
Hair gel, mousse.
Mousse? Oh my god. Dude.
That's what gets you the volume.
There's a
Yeah.
I can't get better.
Can't have all the secrets. So I just learned about you guys very recently. It's a fascinating product. I think it's something the dealerships need to know about. But you guys, I'm going to switch back and forth here between the two of you. Sean, you have recently made sure that you guys connected with Authenticom for data.
100%.
But before we dive into that, Jacob, tell us a little bit about what this credit card is and, why are you selling a credit card at an auto show?
First off, we are not selling a credit card. We enroll in a credit card. It's a $0 down credit card for the consumer.
There you go.
And we are the first and only card that will reward your customers as they pay off their auto loans and leases.
Wow.
Auto loans and leases are the second largest recurring expense you do not get rewarded for after mortgages. There are trillions of dollars, and you people get rewarded for their Starbucks and their Netflix. Why not the most expensive things that they own?
So do you get more, before I go further, do you get more rewards for paying off faster?
No, you just get as you pay off your loan.
Okay.
As you pay off your loan, you do this, and so without charging a fee.
Okay.
So we don't charge a fee to the lender, the consumer, the dealer on that. And then, like most credit cards, you get 3 points per dollar at restaurants, right? So we give 3 points per dollar for auto-related spend, parking, gas, insurance, tolls, maintenance. And then those points can be connected to your dealership group. So those points now can be redeemed for regular credit card stuff like hotel, travel, gift cards. But you can also be redeemed at your dealership group for service, maintenance, down payments. We're brand agnostic, lender agnostic, as long as you're purchasing within your group. We're doing that. So it's really taking this model that's worked incredibly well for airlines, hotels, and saying like, hey, why doesn't this work for auto, for the most expensive things that you own? And on the consumer side, you're saying like, hey, you're spending the money. You're spending $750 a month, $1,000 a month. Why are you not getting rewarded? And now we are the first card that will reward you on that. And we have a few other things too, but that's the gist for the consumer and the team.
Yeah. So say that I use my Fasten card to pay my car payment every month.
Yeah.
So I get 3 points on every dollar that I make on my car
2 points on the auto loan, and then
points?
3 points on all other auto-related spend. And then 1 point for everything.
Yeah.
And we're a Visa card. So
But I'm going to make that payment anyways. It's not like it's out of the box spending. So then I just take it right back out of my checking account and
Exactly.
and I've got points at the dealership.
Exactly.
So what if that dealership just like ups and burns down? Do I get those points back in any sort of way?
Well, you can still redeem for other things, right?
Okay.
So you can redeem for hotel travel, but then we can also transfer to another dealership group. And then the really exciting thing is we actually realize that credit card points can be an F&I product. So dealers can actually buy points from us through their F&I department as a marketing expense that they can now use to influence customer behavior.
Yeah.
So it's time for you to get an oil change, right? Now it says, come to us instead of Jiffy Lube. We'll give you 500 points. But you're in the F&I department and they want to sell you a warranty. Now we can give 10x points, but because it's an F&I product, it's actually very tax effective for the dealer. And there's basically no cost because of the tax efficiency.
Yeah.
And so now you're basically saying like, hey, you're getting a 10% discount. Those points can be used at your dealership group, so it's staying within the market.
Right.
And now you say like, hey, we can increase sales velocity of F&I products, which we all know dealers love.
Yeah.
Increase sales velocity, sales retention for fixed ops, service, and maintenance, and make sure people are coming in using this incredibly powerful model of credit card points. Simple. It's a credit card, right? Everyone knows it. Everyone understands it.
Yeah.
And now we can go and do that. And then on the Authenticom side, we're going to have a lot of data too, purchasing data as well, which too.
Well, we want to it's all about giving a better experience to the customer and helping the dealer win. And if we are able to partner with Authenticom and give us like the lease data, the financing data, we could meld that with the point offers to say, hey, you've earned $2,000 of credit card points. You could use this when your lease is over.
Yeah.
But like, without that, then we're just doing marketing, hoping it works.
Yeah.
So
Well, and you can almost gamify it too. Like
Exactly.
you're 2,500 points away from your next big redemption. Whatever.
Exactly.
It's about
you just
well,
earn free tires, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like so that's the fun part. It's like anecdotally I have a Mazda, the CX-90. I bought it from the dealership that was 40 minutes away from me. I get a service the one that's 10 minutes away from me. I know I'm sorry, but like I might make that extra drive, but I know I'm going to pay for it, right?
right.
So
Yeah.
it's we want to make the experience more joyful, and people that happens when you give it a reward.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's the kind of whole piece.
Or dealers get paid off of what's the one I'm thinking of, and there are recalls, right?
Yeah.
Now you can say, hey, we'll give you 5,000 points, but basically because the tax efficiency of it, there's no cost. You're getting paid by
They'll pay you to
the
come in
OEM.
right? So it's like
Yeah.
like there's people who take an extra flight just to maintain a certain status.
Yeah.
The airline,
Yeah.
right? We want people to do that. Take an extra trip to the dealership to keep coming back for more and more. And
That
more.
makes sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's going to keep your car in tip-top shape.
It's going to keep your car in tip-top shape. It's going to, and it's it's really like, and as you said, right? Like you're spending the money in.
Yeah.
You might as well get the points, right? And now, you can use it for a bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And even if they don't use they use it for flights, you're now feeling like you're being rewarded by your dealership, right? And so, we all know that dealers have a tough reputation, right? Can't beat around the bush. Now they're saying, hey, I have a free card, a card that's basically, it's $0 cost. And now my dealer is essentially giving me 2 points, and we're really fast at this. But they don't have to. do
Yeah.
that. And so now that it's a great way to build goodwill between the consumer and the dealer while building loyalty. And what we come in is making sure that it's all of your points. So every time you buy gas, every time you buy insurance, every time you go and take your kids out to dinner, right? Like if you want to use those points, you're saying, hey, I'm now getting rewarded for that,
Yeah.
right? And we all know that credit card points are a really popular way to gamify or influence customer behavior. People do a lot of things. That's what we are.
It's smart. We were talking a little bit before we started recording about how you recently just made a pretty big move from Brooklyn to the suburbs of Connecticut.
Yeah.
What drove you from New York to Connecticut? I know they're not too far.
I had a baby. My wife had a baby.
Yeah.
My wife is 3 months pregnant. And I looked at her and I think I want to start a company. And she was like, I love you, but you might be dumber than I think. And I was like, I love you too. And now very supportive, incredibly happy. But, moving close to mom and dad, a little free babysitting, it's, frankly, there can be some stresses in being an early stage company, later stage company as well. And having a little support, the little family times.
Yeah.
So, it's, we like it. Yeah. And it's, my first NADA. Sean, what number is this for you?
It's 5.
Hi.
5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. What number is this for you?
3, 4? I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
I attend so many conferences that after a while they all blend together. Like they all look the same on the inside. So
Yeah.
But like, I think my expectations were a little low because of the weather and but there's been a good crowd.
yeah. Energy's great,
People who are here are committed,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
that's like
passionate, and driven, and ready to get shit done.
Yeah.
so
Dealers are
much they use
resilient.
their voice.
Yeah,
Yeah. Dealers are resilient, and so are vendors.
right. Yeah, we were worried at first. I was like, shit, is it only going to be vendors there? Like because which I'm not even business networking right now. Like I can't leave this chair. So
Yeah.
but no, it had a great turnout. I talked with Mike Stanton earlier, the CEO and president of NADA.
How was that?
It was great. He said that the last time he checked, they were at 73% attendees from the registrants.
That's great.
And he's like,
That's
we
great.
didn't know what to expect. We hoped for the best, but knew that it's still an issue today. Like there was the flights that got canceled. You have to just keep rebooking and rebooking and rebooking, and there was still just people who couldn't make it in. So they're obviously learning from it and trying to take it one direction or another and planning for their next events. And
I love One Direction too. Yeah.
Ended up being a good thing for Jacob, use him into NADA with a 70% attendance because if he had 100%, I don't know.
Yeah.
It might have been the
It'd
start
be
show.
a lot, like-
Yeah.
there's no walking room in the walkways. You're bumping into people.
Yeah, it's exciting. Hey,
And there's actually standing room at the parties. Like, it's not all.
And we're, hey, I get it. Well, there's so many amazing companies here. And this is when we're like coming and bringing something new to auto that's like also been incredibly successful in other industries.
Yeah.
So, right? And that's the key,
Yeah.
build loyalty with something that everyone understands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What were you doing before you made the jump into
Yeah,
starting
so
your own?
I've always been in early stage tech. My last company, I come from the payments world. So I was at a payment processor for government services. We were the company that allowed people who were on food stamps to buy groceries online. So 48 million Americans received government assistance for food. We were, during COVID, when a lot of people could use Instacart, there was still a large chunk that couldn't. We were basically the tech that allowed that to happen. And then I realized, like, I went and I bought a car and I was like, hey, like, I'm a big credit card points guy. I'm in payments. I'm like, why can you get points, for everything except for, a few of your largest payments? And there are like structural reasons for that, but we kind of like, then we figured out like a model to basically allow people to get rewarded for these large recurring payments.
Yeah.
And so, it's been really good, a labor of love. You think building a credit card is easy because it's everywhere.
No.
Not easy.
No.
Not easy. Yeah. So we're launching in 6 weeks. So excited.
Wow.
Yeah.
So obviously, I mean, this probably answers my next question. I was going to say, what does 2025 look like?
My daughter's first birthday. Very, very exciting. 2025. So we have partnered with a few partner dealers, and we actually really do not have room for many more. But it's launch the card, get initial data, do the initial marketing, and then frankly go out there and raise a Series A. That allows us to go and expand our marketing and get a lot of people on the card, right? And then we're going after more of like the Prime Plus drivers, like the points hackers of sorts. And so basically like making sure people are getting rewarded, right? And I think it's a way to give back that can really help people. And you guys have a free oil change, a free tire change, your next down payment paid for.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's good. And then what
I
is
think the question
what
is, Shasta, are your cars paid off?
No, I just bought a new car.
Do you have an auto loan?
So you have a loan.
I do have a loan. Yeah.
Can we get,
You gotta talk to
can
the
we get
mic,
chicken
Sean.
charge on the Fasten card?
Yeah.
Maybe
I
you
mean,
gotta.
you're spending the money
I think you'd
anyway.
have to get my dealership on it first.
So
but-
we actually don't have to get your dealership on it. So that's
well, then
the
where
whole-
am I going to redeem my stuff?
So then we will go into all of the dealers and people say like, hey, you're spending the money. And like day one, you don't really have enough points, right? You have to have a crew. But in the meantime, we'll go and say, hey, we have a bunch of people in Joplin, Missouri who want to get these points. You should be the first dealer. And dealers can also go out and conquest too. So
Yeah.
even if you didn't purchase at your dealership, any of those dealers in Joplin can go and be like, hey, you want to get rewarded, right? It's like everything. There's a great first mover advantage for the dealers as well. And yeah, and so it's like a why buy, why service, and why buy, why service, and you can sort of create points. And frankly, like it's gonna take you some time to like get points to get something that's valuable.
Right.
But in the meantime, at that time, we will be able to go to dealers in Joplin and say, hey, people want this,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Lemon squeezy.
I set you up for that.
Yeah. It's it's great. And we also just another thing is also we have a payment processing extension, so we don't like have to go and rip up your whole POS system. But if a customer uses a Fasten card, they're benefited because they're getting 3x points. We can also undercut your payment processor by about 25%, but that's just an extension. So it only works with the Fasten card, but it's also a way to save in the meantime while people are building up those points for loyalty. So it's actually like it's helping to save about 25% of payment processing fees.
There you
The
go.
consumer's benefiting as well. So some more benefits for the dealers doing the
Yeah.
payments, and the goal is to give the people what they want: loyalty, retention,
Yeah.
credit card points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I want stuff in the service department for free because it's so damn expensive.
that
I
is.
want you to have it free too.
Yeah.
We want you to have it for free.
I don't want to have to pay to rotate my own tires.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
rotate while I drive. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. It's
People actually think that though.
Yeah, well, they do, but
Yeah.
not the way
The
you're.
revolve, they don't rotate.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So curiosity kills the cat. How did you two meet?
We were introduced by someone in the auto industry, and we were like, hey, I do not come from an auto background. I come from a fintech background, and so I was looking for a little bit more expertise than I had, and
Said-
introduced by Sean.
Finding someone to compare.
Exactly.
You found the guy.
Everyone said sure.
Yeah.
You found the guy.
How'd you end up doing this? How'd you end up in the podcast?
So I have been running an offsite BDC for 5 years now, something like that, and always been really big.
Crush it.
Huh?
And then crush it.
Yeah, and always been really big on connecting with other women out there in the industry who don't have the ability to travel to events like this and teach them and connect them with the right people. Like, I meet a lot of people who do a lot of really good things and they don't get that chance. And I'm like, hey, if I've met someone that can help you, I want to connect you.
Well, you should. Our CTO Michelle, she couldn't make it because of the snow, but you should also get her involved. Women in tech, women in auto.
Yep.
She's great. She's based in Atlanta, and we'll definitely get you set up with her too.
That's not far from Nashville, where the annual Women in Automotive conference is.
Just shared it with her. She's gonna be actually by happy speak. I spoke with. We spoke with some people, making stuff happen.
Yeah, so I'll definitely be there for that. But,
awesome.
Which, by the way, I remember when your first episode came out, so it's pretty cool.
I know, we're almost at 2 years.
Amazing.
Almost at 2 years. April 4th, 2023 was episode 1.
Nice.
And I have done 4 months worth of episodes these last 2 days.
Awesome. Well, congrats. Sign up for the fasting card. We got you. You're spending the money anyway.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get the points going. Awesome.
All right,
Thanks.
awesome. Thank you guys so much.
This episode is brought to you by Authenticom, the business behind the automotive business. And this is Chicks in Charge Automotive Edition, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Help us grow. Rate and review on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.